Hey, what's going on, nation? I'm here with Colossus Fitness doing a live Q&A. And remember, in this one, we're going to be talking about nutrition. If you guys want some training tips, we're going to be talking about that in another Q&A linked on the Colossus Fitness channel. I'll put that link in the info section below. And then we have an exclusive video for you guys that we're going to put on the muscularstrength.com site. And we'll be talking about in that one. What's going to be the third topic?
The third topic is going to be form.
Nice.
We're physically going to go through your exercises. You say, I'm having trouble with bench. Show me how to bench. Have a question. We're going to address it right here in the studio.
Yep.
Really excited.
So obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, the questions were from our live Periscope viewers. So if you want to take part in the next one, just keep up with our Facebook pages and our Instagrams and all of our social media, and we'll let you know when the next Q&A is. All right, so you guys ready to get started?
Let's fire it up.
The first question. Do you, if it fits your macros, or just be precautious? We actually talked about this yesterday while we were in Walmart buying food.
We were out there basically, we were saying like, what do you think of it? And we all are pretty much on the same page here. To me, you need to be realistic with it. Like we were saying, there's a lot of fake naturals out there that will produce a wrong image that you can eat anything all the time, sugary. You can eat Pop-Tarts all day.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts all day. Really? You're gonna get jacked and stay lean eating Pop-Tarts all day? Really? You're gonna try to convince me of this? Like you're calling yourself out for being a juice head if you're eating all this BS food and you're telling me you're gonna stay lean. It's like putting 87 octane gas in a Ferrari. It's not gonna run right. And over time, you're getting depleted of vital nutrients and fiber and all these things that you need to be getting in order to make gains. And you can't tell me you're going to eat a Pop-Tart and get all the vitamins and minerals you need in order to have a healthy lifestyle. It's not going to happen.
You need those nutrients, those nutrient-rich foods, those fibrous foods in your diet.
It's all those hearts.
For us, if you want to go out and you're dying to have some cereal, like you can have your cereal, your sugary cereal, just make it fit. Put it in there.
But only if it's Fruit Loops or Pebbles.
And if you are on a low-carb diet, we like to think of, carbs as money. So if you have, let's say, $1 million, you can afford 70,000 car, just like carbs. But when you are on 100 grams of carbs and you're going to have 70 grams of carbs right there through Pop-Tarts, it doesn't really make sense.
You're totaling your diet with a bunch of crap.
So, we do like to, we do eat broccoli, chicken, we do enjoy that. But if I do crave a little bit of chocolate and ice cream, I won't really cut it out. I really do enjoy it. And if it fits, then I'll do that. So
I just saw somebody ask what we thought about Hulk versus the Thing. We'll get to that.
Oh.
Somebody asked about cottage cheese. So let me give you guys a little example. So I think to a degree, we all follow a bit of if it fits your macros. You just have to understand, are you looking at if it fits your macros from a 100% natural athlete perspective, or someone who's juicing or taking Tren or Winnie or any of these other drugs that are going to help you along the way? Now, as from our perspective as a natty lifter, okay, I know that I have to be wise with my choices. And if I'm going to eat foods, granted, no matter what you're eating to fit your macros, but we make healthy choices. So cottage cheese is a great way to fill your macros. I personally like to do a lot of plain Greek yogurt, and then I add my own fruit to it, and that's a really easy way for me to hit my macros, hit my protein. But it doesn't mean that you can't go out to eat, because if you go by if it fits your macros, that obviously means one thing, that you're counting your macros, which is a very good thing to do. So on the weekends, I'm a little more easy on my food, and I don't mind going out to eat. But because I'm used to counting my food, because I try to fit my macros, I know what to order off of the menu that's going to fit my macros as close as possible. So if I'm going to go out to eat, I'll get like a nice steak dinner with some veggies, like some nice green veggies. Or if I want to have a pizza, I'll have a pizza. But I'll gauge my macros throughout the day. So when I eat the pizza, yes, it's a cheat meal, but I'm not exploding my macros for the day.
Yeah, so even for us, like huge thing, we've written blogs on it on muscularstrength.com if you want to check that out. A huge thing is you need to be able to live your life. You don't want to be that dude who's at his birthday party and he's eating broccoli the entire day, and chicken. So you want to make sure you're basically making sure you can be that guy that can go out and live your life. Life happens. You're going to go out. You're going to have cake here and there. You're going to have pizza. You don't want to be that guy who's letting their diet control their life. You want to be able to control yourself and how you're living. Absolutely.
I agree. Really good points. Are too many eggs per week bad? That's actually a really good question.
That's an excellent question.
Deadpool versus Deathstroke. They already had that on Screw Attack in Deadpool 1, so let's just move on from there. So eggs. I eat about 2 eggs a day. I mean, you got to understand that when you eat an egg, you're getting, it's all carbs, first of all, right? You got to understand that when you're eating an egg, you're getting, like, the good cholesterol. Like, a lot of people hear cholesterol, and all of a sudden they think, oh my God, cholesterol, I can't eat eggs. It's okay to eat eggs. Yeah, it's really hard to overdo it on eggs. You guys want to add to that?
And let me just say, egg whites are bomb. Shout out to Erica. She makes some dang good protein pancakes.
Yeah, with egg whites.
So for me, I get asked a lot why I don't eat eggs. I will eat eggs. I'm not scared to. It's just when it comes to egg whites, it's just a huge amount of protein. I can get 28 grams of protein right there. And then, cut out the fats and, save it for something else that I want later in the day. So it really depends on your preference.
We actually have an article at muscularstrength.com that actually talks about this. It was written by John Boyardi. You guys can check that out. I'll put a link to that in the info section below. But, I mean, even if you're having 4 to 5, maybe 6 eggs a day, it's not a problem. You know what I mean? I mean, that kind of goes back to the first part. Make sure it fits your macros. Make sure no matter what you're eating, you're gauging it towards what your macros are for the day.
I just got a question on here from Mark.
Okay.
He asked what our favorite sources of carbs were.
Oh, sweet potatoes.
Spaghetti. I die for spaghetti.
Honestly, I like cereal. I know Josh too.
I'm
I'm more of a breakfast person. I like to. A lot of the times I get a lot of my carbs in the morning. I do train usually earlier in the morning, so I love Fiber One cereal.
Fiber One for the win.
A lot of people miss out on the fiber part, and at the end of the day, they're very low on fiber. So if you get your fiber out of the way, it tastes great. It's honey clusters. You can hit your fiber, and you don't neglect fiber.
And that's the problem with a lot of these if it fits your macros diet is you're buying all this shitty food that doesn't have any fiber, vitamins, or minerals.
Calcium,
and you're missing out on that. Me personally, sweet potatoes are my number one go-to food. And
we bought like 10 the other day.
Yeah, we
Walmart.
bought like 10 last night. Whenever I have sweet potatoes, at least an hour to 45 minutes before I work out, that's when I have my best workouts. My body loves those complex carbs. And to say something else too, Erica and I are very insulin sensitive. So if I have a lot of simple carbs before I go to the gym, it spikes my insulin levels, and then I'm not burning fat. So now I'm at the gym and I'm training my butt off, but I'm not burning fat because I've spiked my insulin. So complex carbs give me steady energy and doesn't give me that insulin spike. So it's really important to make sure when you're going after foods, especially for carbs, that you're getting what your body needs. And you can't go wrong with complex carbs at all.
Every PR I've hit, I've properly had a nice complex carb breakfast, very rich in that, making sure I'm getting my vitamins, very dense, fibrous food. I load up a bit on that, and I've hit all my PRs there. Whereas if I go out and I have a bunch of sugary candy, I don't even want to work out. I'm good for like 5-10 minutes. Then you're useless, right?
Yeah.
So Smarties wouldn't be smart.
Dude, you know what though? I have Smarties in the back of my car for after my workout, so I do have that set.
There you go.
I think the question that was here was talking about how much fat is too much fat, and we can probably go into saturated fat.
Yeah.
And I actually did a post, and someone said, "Why are you promoting saturated fat? It's bad for you."
The peanut butter, right?
No, it wasn't peanut butter.
It wasn't peanut butter?
Anyways, saturated fat is very important for your diet, okay? It helps transport the cholesterol into your testicles to help produce testosterone. Like, you need saturated fat. Your saturated fat levels should be 7% of your total calories for the day. And so there's 9 calories per 1 gram of fat. So what you would do, say you're eating 2,000 calories a day, you take 7% of those calories, then divide that by 9, and then that's your saturated fat level.
Saturated fat is huge. People think they're trying to cut it right out, and I know people in it really affects, it's directly correlated to the test levels, and tests are everything,
Yeah,
right?
and you'll hear a lot of people saying they're going on, you'll hear the low-carb diets, but you also hear the no-fat diets, too, which doesn't make sense,
if you're not eating,
important.
I mean, if you're a male and you're eating low carbs, and this is how you can tell when someone's on steroids, if they're doing, super low carbs, 20, 30 grams a day, you're not even gonna get an erection. It's just not gonna happen. Your body needs fat.
Yeah.
And what I actually do for my saturated fat to help get those sources for the day is I get a spoon and I just scoop out coconut oil, and it tastes like coconut. It's not bad at all. I just do 2 teaspoons a day, and that's good for me, and I get saturated fat from the sources as well.
How do you feel about the ketogenic diet?
Oh, that's a really good question.
That is excellent.
You know, a lot of people, it's been a while. If you guys go to bodyrecomposition.com, it's by Lyle McDonald. That's his website. He has amazing stuff on the ketogenic diet. And for people who suffer from seizures, actually going on a ketogenic diet helps reduce the amount of seizures they have or gets rid of them altogether. It has to do with converting with the fat into ketones in the brain, and your body uses that for energy. I'm sorry if I'm not saying all this right. It's been a while since I did my research on the ketogenic diet, but for people who want to go on a high-fat diet, you can, and it works wonders for people, you know?
Lately, me and Kyle, we've been putting a lot of effort into trying to research how foods can actually improve your life more so than just lose fat, gain muscle, like what foods can help provide more energy, like we're starting to learn more in nutrition that different foods can contribute to different things.
When it comes to diets, guys, you got to see what works for you, and you can't listen to people because there's always going to be somebody who says something is awesome and something sucks. Like, it's always going to be like that no matter what you're doing. I mean, you're always going to have the positive and negative, the yin and the yang to anything. So what you need to do is you need to try this stuff. And you can ask people what their opinion is. You can ask us what our opinion is. You can do your own research. But at the end of the day, if your current diet's not working, and you want to try carb backloading, or you want to try a ketogenic diet, or you want to try a high-protein diet, you want to try any of these fads, as long as they're not, like, dumb, like, make sure, obviously, you have your bases down. Like, you need a certain amount of fat a day. You need a certain amount of protein a day. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you get that down because that's just basic stuff. But try what's out there. See what works for you. And if you have questions, speak to open-minded people like myself or Josh or Kyle, who will, you know, maybe we don't like what you're doing, or maybe we don't want to do it ourselves, but we'll still do research to try to help you. Like, that's why we're here. Yeah. That's why we're on YouTube. I'm so sick of all these YouTube channels trying to tell you that this is right and this is wrong, and they're just so closed-minded. We got to be open-minded when it comes to fitness.
Absolutely.
The day you think you know everything and you're telling somebody something's wrong, unless it's like horrible form on an exercise or disproven by science, don't tell me something's wrong. So I know I just went on a rant, but seriously, see what works for you.
Scott is very right. At the end of the day,
hearts for my rant.
Trial and error is everything. For us who competed a few months ago, we figured a lot of the things online won't work for us, and we took different approaches. We tried what works for our body, what kind of carb sources are best for us, how much fat we should be having, and we tried everything. Trial and error is huge. Don't take the bro science crap that is online and just accept it and say, that guy, especially the guys on steroids, is having 400 grams of protein, 2 grams per pound that he weighs, so I'm going to do that too. Like, there's so much crap out there.
We're all made so differently. If Kyle might diet high fat and get really shredded, could not work for me at all.
Guys, I'm looking if you want to ask
a question. For me, I could diet high carb and I can get super shredded. It's really interdependent. We're all very different, our biology, and we're all very, very differently made. Let's get some more questions.
Somebody asked about avocados.
I love it.
Avocados. I never used to eat them because when I was a kid, I thought they were weird. Avocados are a great source of fat. I eat them all the time. Erica makes a really good avocado dip. I mean, guac. I love guac. Guac's like the most amazing thing ever invented in the world.
And then the other thing with that is that's a very natural, healthy source of fat. When we're saying eat fat, I'm not telling you go out and pour a bucket of grease down your throat. We're saying do your best. There's lots of almonds, avocados, peanuts, nuts. There's a lot of excellent sources of fats for you guys out. One we can address is someone recently commented, I've heard protein is bad for you and it's going to ruin your
kidneys.
Too much protein, yeah.
That is a very common one. A lot of people will tell you it. They'll say protein shakes are going to ruin you. And then the thing everyone forgets is protein is a nutrient. Protein shakes, protein is a nutrient. It's not some magical formula that's going to turn you into, it's not steroids. Protein is protein. Chicken is protein, right?
Yeah.
And you're not going to go out destroying yourself from eating a food that was made, right?
You'd have to consume a lot of protein,
amounts.
like ridiculous amount. I'd find it very hard to believe that anybody watching this video has ever come even close to having enough protein per day to come to the point where they're going to damage their kidneys. Granted, some people like my friend Mike has a hard time digesting protein, so
I've heard
obviously
of
for
that, yeah.
him,
Certain conditions.
certain conditions will apply, but for the average person, you can have 1 to 1.5, maybe even 2 grams of protein per pound for lean body weight, which is obviously your total weight minus your fat weight, so you need to know your body fat percentage for that. Actually, if you guys go to muscularstrength.com and go to the meal plan section, you can actually type in, it's all free to use, you can type in all of your stats, and my calculator will give you exact numbers to eat for protein, carbs, and fat. So it's a really cool tool you guys can utilize, especially as you're making gains and you're dropping your body fat and increasing your overall weight. You just retype in your numbers and it'll spit out new information. And you can even download the PDF for that as well.
Mark said everyone talks shit about creatine. And
That's the
kidneys.
next step. All right.
Creatine. So who was the guy who asked?
We got our boy Mark. He's been
Give
asking
him
a
a
lot
shout.
of
What's
questions.
his name?
Mark. Mark
full
R,
name.
I think.
Mark R. He's a good guy. He's been here. Really saw guys ask some good questions. So creatine, I'll hear that a million times, right? Once again, like, it'd be so hard. Like, there's some people, like people that say you need to load creatine. I've heard of people taking 50 grams of creatine a day.
Oh my gosh.
That's not healthy. Like, there's no point of doing that.
All you need is about 5 to 10 grams of creatine a day. And I actually just talked about this. I did a video talking about how high schools are banning creatine and free workouts.
Yeah.
And they say they ban creatine because it dehydrates you. It's like, okay, yeah, it dehydrates you because you need to drink more water. You know
Not
what I mean?
that complicated.
Like, if you drink soda, you're being dehydrated because your body has to send water to your stomach to dilute it, to digest it. When you're eating, you're getting dehydrated. When you're taking a piss, you're dehydrating. Like,
when you're sleeping.
when you're sleeping, like anything you do is when
you're alive.
When you move, you're dehydrated. You're getting dehydrated because your body is using water. So when you're taking creatine, obviously increase your water intake. Listen to your body, see how you feel. Me personally, I take it in the morning and I take it at night. I use the DNA series creatine by BSN, and I just put 1 scoop in my mouth, swish it around with water. And you got to understand too that creatine is stored in your skeletal muscle tissue until you need it. Okay, there's like this energy. The way your body burns energy, you get. Oh, what?
Likes. Just getting some
getting some likes. Thanks, man. So you guys can look up androgen triphosphate. It's been a while since I said the word. I'm sorry if I messed it up. So your body converts ADP into ATP, okay? And this whole process happens where you lose a creatine molecule and you get it back. So when you're lifting and you're burning through your energy, you're losing that creatine molecule. So this chemical reaction is happening in your body. So if you have more creatine readily available in your muscle tissue, it's going to restore that creatine molecule that's gone to give you more energy quicker. So that's why you're going to feel like you have a bit more energy during your workouts. And that's why you might feel like you're actually stronger and able to work out harder because you have more energy.
You're utilizing that water, basically.
Yeah, and it's funny because you'll hear even from a lot of people who really don't do research and really know anything when it comes to creatine, you'll hear that it's unnatural and all that stuff. Like
it's in steak. You're getting,
It's okay, yeah, so I just remembered. So it's ATP is when you have the energy, so triphosphate 3, and ADP diphosphate is when you lose the molecule from exercising. So when you take creatine, you restore that creatine molecule to convert the ADP back into ATP.
All right, so we just got a really question from Sal.
What's your favorite cheat meal, basically? We're all going to have fun with this.
Does TGI Fridays, like, as a whole count as a cheat meal? Because that's all right. Do you guys have TGI Fridays in Canada? Oh,
thank God it's
I know.
We got to hit it up.
I know where we're going tonight.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels all day, every day.
What was it?
They make the most amazing Jack Daniels sauce for, like, their meat and stuff. And they make a good Grateful Dead, which... Funny story about that. We'll get to that later.
I've heard of it, but we're from Canada.
I got the hearts.
Josh, what about you?
Wait, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't drink really. And so when I turned 21, my dad took me to TGI Fridays and he ordered me a Grateful Dead and he got one too. A Grateful Dead's like a really strong drink. It has like a ton of alcohol in it. Anyway, so since that day, I've been getting Grateful Dead. So that was when I was 21. Now I'll be 31 this year. I was out with my dad the other day. I ordered a Grateful Dead and he turns to me and he goes, "What is that girly drink you got there?" I'm like, "What do you mean? This is like the drink you got me on my 21st birthday." He's like, "I don't remember that." And then I told Erica the story, and she's laughing at me because she's like, basically, you've been having the same drink because your dad got it for you, and he doesn't even remember. Anyways.
Okay.
So what was your favorite cheat meal?
I'm probably a pizza guy. Me and my girlfriend, we usually order some kind of pizza. We're big on it. You can mod it out, change it around. Pizza's like Timeless. So I'm gonna go pizza.
Yeah. Pizza and
Do sushi.
Oh, sushi.
This
Sushi's
guy's
good.
sushi.
You know, a little bit of ice cream too.
I'm gonna see if I can find that link to the fats that Sal said. Sal said it basically makes you crap oil, which sounds disgusting.
Usually, weird diuretics I'd stay away from. Anything like that is really, really harsh on your body.
I think people are looking for any reason to poop differently because they think it makes like they're making gains or something. Oh, my poop's purple. I must be making all kinds of gains.
Yeah, there's some weird
I must be
cleanse.
detoxing if my poop's purple.
Let's cleanse.
I'm all cleansed out. So we had a question about Ollie, and so I'm going to read to you guys what this is. I've never heard of it before, so I'm just going off of what I'm going to read.
Learning on camera.
So Ollie blocks some of the fat that you eat, keeping it from being absorbed by your body. Ollie is used to aid in weight loss or help reduce the risk of regaining weight already lost. This medicine must be used together with a reduced calorie diet. Ollie is available for purchase over the counter and is for use by customers over 18 years old. Okay, first of all, it blocks some of the fat you eat, keeping it from being absorbed by the body. We just got done talking about how important fat is. If you can't close your mouth and not eat more than you're supposed to of fat, you shouldn't be taking a pill to stop that. You don't know what this pill is going to do to your body. I mean, think about this for a second. If you just close your mouth when you fit your macros for fat for the day and you paid attention, number one, you wouldn't have to waste money on a product like this. Number two, a product like this isn't going to destroy your body. I mean, you don't, maybe, yeah, it's blocking fat. You don't know what fat it's blocking. You don't know if it's blocking, 7% of your fat needs to be saturated fat. So what if it's blocking all the saturated fat? I don't know much about this product. What if it's blocking the fat you need in order to hit your goals and maintain normal testosterone levels? You know what I mean?
Fat doesn't make you fat, guys.
Yeah, fat doesn't make you fat.
Don't go looking don't go to fad things. Food's been around. Eat food responsibly, train hard, and you'll get the body you want.
I love all these things for like weight loss medication. It's like all these people say, I took all these pills, I lost all these weights. Now let's just think about this for a second. Let's say there was a magic pill that could allow your body to just like drop fat, and you still went about your day not doing what you're supposed to. Granted, there are people who exercise really hard and they have a hard time losing weight, and we can help you with that on the forums of muscularstrength.com. They're free to use, and it could just be
here for you guys.
It could be just if you're having a hard time losing weight, don't think like if you're 300 pounds and you're watching this video, don't think that like we're gonna judge you because we're not. We're here to help you, and if you ask us questions, we can help you. We can look at your routine and your meal plan, and we can make a small tweak in a matter of like 20 minutes and get you on track with losing weight. But if you start turning to pills to lose weight, now you're not really working your body the way it needs to be worked, and you're not really developing the strength that you're going to need to go to more advanced exercises or even to have a better quality of life. Like, you want to make sure your joints are strong and your muscles are strong so that as you go throughout your life that you're overall a strong person, you'll live longer. You need to be healthy.
Make it a lifestyle, guys. Don't go pop 10 pills, lose 10 pounds just to gain back 20 so you can go on spring break.
What else depletes testosterone levels?
So testosterone levels, what's going to help deplete those? Number one, not getting enough sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, at least 8 hours a day, your body is not going to hit slow wave sleep, and that's where your body starts producing like human growth hormone, and just in general, you're not going to be able to recover, and you're not going to be able to produce enough testosterone.
She said I love sleep.
Me too.
Everyone loves sleep, so get your sleep, be consistent, don't go sleeping at weird times, try to keep your schedule fairly intact.
Making sure you're eating enough fat. Again, diet is a huge part of this. And also, exercise. Exercising will help boost your testosterone levels.
Lift some weights.
And also keep in mind too, because I know a test booster is probably going to be a question, and I have videos on test boosters and testosterone. I'll link to those videos. But if your testosterone levels are on the low end, so normal for males is like 220 nanograms per deciliter to 1,020 nanograms per deciliter. So if you're on the low end of that scale because your diet sucks, you're not getting enough sleep, if you take a test booster, you might notice some gains, but that's only because you're so low on that average scale. Because that's a big jump from 220 to 1,020. So you might take a test booster and see this jump. Now keep in mind, if you just fixed your diet, got enough sleep, and exercised, you would get that same jump, and you would save money by not having to buy a test booster. So think about that. So we're going to wrap this video up, and then we're going to get started with the next Q&A right away.
Thanks for checking in, guys. It's been a pleasure. We're going to see you on the next video. So you're going to head over to our YouTube, just Colossus Fitness. Just give her a search. Make sure you guys are subscribing. It'll help us out a lot. Really excited to help you out.
And remember, they're going to have another video showing proper form on exercises on muscularstrength.com. That link's in the info section below as well.
All right, guys. Peace.
Later, guys. As always, more good stuff coming soon.